Congratulations, Secretary McCarthy and Mrs. Barrett, on your nominations, and thank you, Secretary McCarthy, for your current service and your Mrs. Barrett for your past service, and look forward to working with you both in the years ahead. Mrs. Barrett, earlier this week, just a few days ago, a number of F-15s and F-35s bombed an ISIS stronghold north of Baghdad. The Operation Inherent Resolve Task Force said they were used to disrupt ISIS's ability to hide in thick vegetation. I have real concerns about using a fifth-generation aircraft to strike a bunch of terrorists hiding in the bushes. It feels to me like we should be using aircraft that are suitable in an environment where we have total air dominance, and our F-35s and their pilots should be training for high-end conflict against adversaries like China, especially when the GAO has published a study that says, quote, the F-35 supply chain does not have enough spare parts available to keep aircraft flying enough of the time necessary to meet warfighter requirements, end quote. This Congress has repeatedly authorized and appropriated money for a light attack aircraft that would be able to conduct such missions against low-intensity threats in the Middle East at a fraction of the cost, while freeing up the F-35 and all of those people who support it to train for those high-end kinds of conflicts. Do you share my concerns about using this kind of high-end aircraft for a very low-end flight, especially given the strain that the F-35 has on it right now?
Senator, I can't identify what went into the decision for that.
I don't mean that particular operation, just as a kind of a common sense conceptual matter. When we could be using low-end aircraft to conduct these missions in places like Iraq or Afghanistan, and getting our F-35 pilots ready for a fight against a peer competitor, does it seem to you like we should be exploring that option more aggressively than we have in the past?
I think so.
Thank you.
It looks like something we could pick.
And the Congress has said that we want to see initial operating capability for this kind of light attack aircraft by 2023. And I hope that upon confirmation you can make that a priority for happening, since the Air Force has moved somewhat slowly on it to date.
I would look forward to taking leadership and looking to move that along more quickly and do training and operational missions that fit the equipment.
Thanks, Mrs. Barrett.
Confirmed.
Secretary McCarthy, when you were in the Army and when so many other people were in the Army back in the 2000s, they saw a lot of artillerymen conducting operations as dismounted infantrymen. That was a reflection of the strain on the force in part, but it's had lasting repercussions, as our artillery units now have colonels who, as lieutenants and captains, were again driving around in Humvees conducting dismounted infantry operations. Could you talk to us a little bit about the Army's plan for both getting our service members ready to conduct the same kind of high-end fight against a major land power, but also the new systems that are going to be coming in place for them to operate in light of Russia's decision to kill the Intermediate Range Nuclear Forces Treaty and the successful ground-based Tomahawk missile tests that occurred just a few weeks ago?
Yes, sir. I really attribute a lot of this to General Milley's leadership over the last 2 years in particular, where changed all the scenarios at home station as well as our training centers worldwide to deal with near-peer threats, scenarios that we would see against near-peer competitors. We changed our investment strategy, obviously making long-range precision fires the #1 priority, with almost $9 billion across the FIDP, to include north of $1 billion in hypersonic glide body missiles. So vast investment from our time and energy in training, as well as the investment in materiel to bring tactical, operational, strategic fires back into the formations. We're also looking very hard at changing within MOS and strength to fill out more fires units. So a tremendous effort moving forward on the long-range precision fire portfolio. In the same regard as with missile defense. It has atrophied a great deal with 18 years of counterinsurgency fight. But a lot of investments there. We're looking at some SHORAD batteries coming online in FY22. So there's improvement, and it's on the way, but we are still short if we had to go to war tonight.
Yeah, we are. So I'm glad to hear that. And I'm glad that the INF treaty is now a dead letter and we can start providing our soldiers with the long-range fires that they need to counteract the threat from Russia in Europe, but also the threat from China in East Asia as well, since they were never part of that treaty in any event. Thank you both.